Hey, cheers, Canadian wine lovers. Happy Wine Wednesday. And it's going to be a good one tonight. It's going to be a good one. We're going to recap the craziness that happened over the last weekend with the Pan-Canadian Masterclass. And we just got back from recording an exclusive interview with Shay of Code Wines, who we are running a flash feature with on some extremely special clonal single clone, single block kind of wines starting tomorrow morning. So you can get the full inside scoop, as well as I know many of you have been concerned because this winery has had a fire, unfortunately, in the vineyard in the last couple of weeks. So we'll hear a little bit more about that unfortunate situation and exactly what happened for those that I know are very, very concerned and care a lot about Shay and Harley Code. And their wines and their vineyards. So super exciting. Glad you're here. Happy Wine Wednesday. Time to relax, you guys. It's Wine Wednesday.
Canadian wine lovers, Girls Wine Club members, everyone across the country. Welcome. Thanks, Mira, for starting the show in such a graceful way. Thank you. I would like to take a minute en français. Un beau bonjour à toute nos membres d'amateurs de vin canadiens francophones à travers le pays. Un beau bonjour à tout le monde. C'est le lendemain, le aftermath du Pan-Canadian Masterclass, notre événement de l'année qu'on a fait la semaine dernière à Hester Creek. On avait près de 100 personnes qui se sont régalées de vins canadiens d'un océan à l'autre, de la Nouvelle-Écosse jusqu'à l'île de Vancouver. On avait 12 célébrités, 12 winemakers, propriétaires de vignobles canadiens, de la Nouvelle-Écosse, de Prince Edward County, de Niagara. Tous ces beaux gens se sont retrouvés ici dans l'Okanagan. On a eu des événements pendant 5 jours, donc c'était absolument fantastique. Gros merci à tout le monde qui se sont joints à nous. Et un beau bonjour en français à tout le monde. On parle aussi de Code Wine, qui est un petit vignoble, 1200 caisses en production de Okanagan Falls. Shay Code est en train d'être reconnu à travers le pays, surtout par les journalistes qui sont accrédités en vin, étant un des upcoming, très poursuivi, je pourrais dire, apprécié des journalistes avec ses pinots noirs, clones spécifiques. Sur chaque pinot sont de clones, une sélection de clones spécifiques, donc très spécial. Donc, on va parler de ça. J'arrive d'aller voir Shay à son vignoble. On a une belle entrevue à vous passer. Ça va être disponible dès demain matin. Mira, we're back here in English after a little welcome in French for our French member here across the country. What a weekend. Holy moly. Everything started last Wednesday night when we picked up our first guests at Kelowna Airport, and everything ended on Monday night. Monday night when we dropped off the very last guest. So it was a whirlwind of action, like a very action-packed 5 days with people, with Jean-Benoit Deslauriers from Benjamin Bridge in Nova Scotia. We had Keith Dyers from Clausen Chase in Prince Edward County, Brian Schmidt from Vine and Estate, obviously our friends Marcin Morgenstern and Lou Puglisi from Bellaterra, Suan Staff from Suan Staff Winery, Ilya Sanchok from Leaning Post. All of these folks all traveled across the country to spend 5 days with us, where we did pizza party all the way through the main event, but also tailgating out in the Similkameen Valley Vineyard, barbecue by the lake here at the Bouchers, where, by the way, we opened over 45 bottles of wine from all over the country. It was a heck of a party. Our neighbors smoked some pork shoulders for everybody. It was outstanding. Also, and the main event, well, we also did the winery touring on Sunday, where we visited Black Market, we visited the Silva Vineyard, and we visited Painted Rock Vineyard Winery on the Skaha Bench. A heck of a weekend. It was, I mean, emotional in some point because we shared so many stories from all over the country. We shared these were stories of passion, stories of dedication, stories of success, stories of struggles who leaded to success. It was absolutely incredible. And I have to give a big shout out to Hester Creek team. Roger Gillespie, the operation manager, and his whole team. Mark Hopley, the winemaker, and his cellar team, who moved none less than 700 barrels out of their barrel room to make space to sit down our 90 to 100 people for the main event. It was a tour de force. It was an absolute incredible job. Sarah Lefebvre, the event manager at Hester Creek and their team, absolutely flawless execution from start to finish, from setup to tear down. They did an incredible job to help us deliver a really world-class experience. Also, Jacqueline at the marketing and the brand manager helping us with the material. Their whole team from start, like from top to bottom, all the way to Mark Sheridan, the president of the company. Thank you, Hester Creek. It was an absolute delight and an absolute honor to work with all of your team, and you helped us deliver beyond expectation. Listening to our guests who flew back on Monday, they were all very impressed. Hey, Mira, what do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was something else beyond what we could have ever expected. I think it was awesome.
Yeah, I had the lineup of wine. Go ahead.
Should we show a few pictures?
Oh, please go ahead, and we'll do a little play-by-play for the picture here before we jumped in. I have to jump out in a few minutes, so I give you another 5 minutes, and after that, we'll start on that. Okay.
Oui. Your friend Jean-Bernard.
My buddy JB, Jean-Bernard, un beau bonjour à toi, mon chum. Ça fait plaisir de t'entendre. On va être au Québec au mois de juillet. Donc, je te reviens là-dessus. Je te reviens avec des dates du 8.
Yeah, and so speaking of winery touring, he wants to go winery touring. We did, and we do, and it's so much fun. Our next one is in September, both in Niagara and in the Okanagan, and then save the date for the next Pan-Canadian, June 21st, next summer, right?
Absolutely. Already lined up, already reserved, already picked up our location, Shuan Staff Estate Winery for July 21st, 2025. And it's going to be a heck of a weekend. We're starting to brainstorm with partners in Ontario. It will be like as good as the 2.0 was in the Okanagan. We're going to raise the bar again to deliver even a most incredible experience. And we know we can do it. So the challenge is big, but we're up for task, right, Mira?
Absolutely. So we just missed what was the welcome reception at Mythology Vineyard. And that was really cool to have everyone arriving there. And Francesco, a guy who runs a pizza oven, mobile pizza oven, came by and made us fresh Neapolitan pizzas. There is Marcel Morgenstern and Lou Puglisi from Bellaterra Vineyards. And you know what? We also got
We can't see anything on the screen, Mira. Mira, there's nothing on the screen. There's just the two of us on the little square on the left side and nothing on the screen. Sorry.
I think that might be your computer. Can anybody see all the pictures? They're certainly fine on my side. So
there is nothing here. I just have a big vineyard in the background, but no picture on.
Oh, no, that's too bad. Okay, well, we'll try again.
Nope.
Okay, we'll try again.
Yeah, so the lineup of wine was quite exceptional. I mean, we had 13 wines from across the country. Here you go. There you go. So that's we joked a lot that picture was one of our favorite. Just I love the loose expression here. So here we are. We're at Mythology Vineyard by their Tempranillo block here in Oliver. And there's Ilya Senchuk and Karen Chapman. There was like 35 people there. Where all of our
about 28, yeah. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. So if 28 is your number, it's 28, I guess.
Yeah, so just before that, we went to Black Market. You still there, Carl?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Okay. Yeah, so then we went tailgating in the Similkameen.
Yeah, so nice experience out in the Similkameen. There is Jean-Benoit Delaurier, our winemaker at Benjamin Bridge in Nova Scotia. And the fun part, the greatest part of that is to take people from out of town where they've never experienced a terroir like the Similkameen Valley. For Jean-Benoit, who has had a large experience in California, but also spent the last 20 years of his career in Nova Scotia. I mean, the terroir, like the rugged Similkameen, is something that's rarely seen. And Lou here, I think Lou had one of the comments of the weekend who absolutely who made me realize that what we have around here is fairly exceptional. Lou's been growing grapes since 1974 in Niagara-on-the-Lake, which is a very flat area. And when we came out of the truck and we walked in the Lazy River Vineyard in the Similkameen Valley, Lou stopped and he looked at me and he said, "Holy fuck. I've done that all my life, and it's the first time that I see something like that." So I mean, what we have, it's very special, and for them to discover these very special area, Lou here is sharing a great conversation with Jeff Ondermart, who is the winemaker and the director of winemaking from Mount Bushtree, and Ross, who owns that vineyard. And Jeff was gracious enough to take that group out for 2.5 hours and show, like, we had some outstanding wine, all made from grapes from that vineyard. And it was an incredible experience to share that with our guests and also some members like Danny. Like, we had some people from the Lower Mainland who joined us. We had people from Calgary who joined us. We had people all the way from Ontario who joined us. So it was a very, very, very unique, and especially for members being in the middle of conversation, like listening and interacting with a bunch of winemakers. I mean, it's very, very special and unique for these people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then we stopped by the Rosé Master, Daniel Bontren's place, 7 Directions at Bottega Wine Studio. That was pretty awesome too, hey?
Yeah, it was really cool. So Daniel showcased his art of rosé, and it's funny because we have all of these winemakers around, and they're like, "That's the only thing you do? Like, you do just rosé?" And like, people realize when they tasted the product that these rosés are a level up that what everyone is doing around. Because I mean, for any wineries, rosé is not necessarily an afterthought, but rosé is not the priority of the year when you make 12 other SKUs and you're specialized either on Pinot and Chardonnay or Riesling or Capral, whatever is the core portfolio of your winery. You make a rosé once a year because it's popular. You do your best, but it's not the core. Danielle makes rosé for a living. And the other winemakers and also our members really, really realize that, oh my God, these rosés are exceptional. So it was great to have, and I was like listening to conversation, like, oh my God, this guy's fucking crazy. Like, he's doing rosés for a living? Oh my God. So yeah, it was really, really, it was super cool to be there and share Daniel's passion for rosés with all of our people around the country. So. I'm gonna, Cedric, can you please go put your cleats on?
Gonna head out. So,
go put your cleats on, please.
There's the group of winemakers. It was craziness. What was this, Carl? We were over, you guys went to Riverstone afterwards.
Riverstone after the Similkameen, because Riverstone is our winery of the year, BC winery of the year, and we also had my number one wine of the year as well on my top 10. So I thought it was worth it to take the group to Riverstone. We had an incredible tasting, and Ted King, the owner, also did the whole presentation, stayed the whole afternoon with us, took us to the winemaking facility, but also opened a 2013 Petit Verdot, which was one of the highlights of the weekend. It's not there. He has like 12 bottles, not even 12. I think he said he's at 7 bottles left in his personal cellar. Wow. And we had the number 8 here in our cellar, Mira, by the way. We still have one. We had a gracious gift from Ted as well, gave us a bottle. But that 13 Petit Verdot, these guys from Ontario were like, holy shit. Oh, wow. So, yeah, so we're going to crack that open for a special occasion. But this is the group here at Riverstone, a wonderful, wonderful tasting. So thank you to Ted, who took the afternoon and spend the afternoon with us. And thanks to Noel, the general manager, for setting that up for us. So
absolutely.
After that, we headed our way back to Summerland for a barbecue at the lake. We had an industry party at the Bouchers. So we were hosting with people. We had some people from all aspects of the industry. So it was pretty cool.
The big event started on Saturday. That's Mark Hopley, who leads the winemaking team at Hester Creek, and
one of the best winemaker in the country. Incredible, amazing person, and his team did an incredible job.
Yeah, so let's get you guys an idea of what this place looked like. I mean, this was where we came in. Everything was laid out for the intermission here. But when we got into the place, I mean, first of all, Hester Creek did an amazing job organizing everything. Everyone had their table assignment. And look at these gorgeous, there was a booklet, placemats, everything that we helped design. There's Roger, who is the operations manager at Hester Creek, welcoming us. And check out this room. They moved 700 barrels out of this room so we could be in there. How wild is that? And that's the lineup of the wines there.
That should be the most famous picture of the second edition. That's the lineup of wine. That's the 14 wines that people tasted that day. Incredible lineup, curated from one ocean to another. We're very proud of that lineup.
Absolutely.
By the way, that can be ordered if you want also. So Mira just sent an email this afternoon. So here is our panelist as well. Here, Mira, I'm gonna have to leave, okay?
No problem. We don't have the interview, so we might have to do that a different time. I've been trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so we have one of our 3 kids who plays baseball. They are in the championship game tonight. So there's maybe a champion to be in the family, and Cedric is playing the playoff final tonight. So I will have to sneak out on my side. Mira, if you want to keep going, you're more than welcome to say bye to everyone. Is it okay if I just end on my own, or it's going to end the whole thing?
Yeah, I can get you out. Okay, well, cheers. Hey, Marcel, nice to see you. All right, well, thanks, Carl Boucher. Hopefully we can get your interview with Shay Code on here shortly. In the meantime, let's see a few more pictures of the incredible Pan-Canadian. And also the next day we went winery touring.
Can you please get me out, please?
The next day we went winery touring because we're crazy like that. So, yeah, it's the Mira show. You're right. Carl has abandoned us. But yeah, I'll show you a few more pictures of what went on in case you were curious or in case you were there with us. It was so much fun. such an incredible event. This was actually the after party. So you saw already like what it was like in the room. It went late, true in Carl's Wine Club style. It went kind of late because there was too much of a story to tell there. I think that's what it was. 12 winemakers and winery owners from across the country, as if we're going to fit that into a neat 2.5 hours. So there were so many incredible stories, so many amazing things we learned. And then this is the after party here. So you can see Terrafina at Hester Creek. They have an amazing restaurant. They hosted some of the group because it couldn't fit everyone. But some people who had reservations there, they fed us really well. Here's some of our members. Like, look at that. That's a burrata and mussels kind of dish with focaccia. It was delicious. There's some of these beautiful faces of our members and the winemakers. So much fun. And this guy, Ilya Senchuk from Leading Post Wines, this guy has the best t-shirts. And I finally asked him, like, where do you find these fun wine t-shirts? And guess what? He designs them. I think he's going to need to help design some for Carl's Wine Club. So this was the after party here back at Mythology Vineyard where we stayed. I wanted to include this because you know what? At the Bouchers, we had a bear. We had a bear come and destroy the bear lock that we purchased. There was a patented bear lock. Came and got right through that. So the bear's been fun. And it was Father's Day. So I hope everyone has had an amazing Father's Day this last weekend. Carl Boucher sure did. We made sure we took care of him. And then we went winery touring. What better thing to do if you love wine on Father's Day than go winery touring? It was pretty fun. So our first stop was Black Market Wine Company. So huge thanks to them, Rob and Michelle, who hosted us and went all out. It was a nice 10 a.m. start. So they actually had snacks for us and took us around the everything they do there and opened some back vintages of their Bacchus, which is kind of a rare grape varietal that they do really, really well. So it was cool. We tasted three side-by-side vintages of Bacchus. And next up, we went to De Silva. This here is a Portuguese butter tart that Twyla De Silva baked fresh for us that day. It was amazing. There's Richard De Silva walking us through what he does in his winemaking and his incredible story at the winery there. He's got a flask there because we are tasting tank samples of Chardonnay, I want to say. Not 100% sure. And then our next stop was up at Painted Rock with John Skinner, another one of the panelists at the Pan-Canadian. And get this, even his Petit Verdot survived this last winter freeze where something like a third or a half of the grapes and the grapevines in the Okanagan are needing to be replanted. These guys survived and they have a crop. So it's a kind of crazy sight. Probably the best news we had from the Okanagan and all our winery touring this last weekend. That he also opened up a 2017 Chardonnay, which was pretty awesome. So really incredible to see that at Painted Rock. Looks like they're going to have a crop. Like there were literally grapes, and it was so refreshing and awesome to see that, given that the rest of the valley was so hard done by, and there's so many vines that had to be pulled out and that sort of thing. So there you have it. That was the Pan-Canadian. You can still get some of those wines brought to your home if you would like to try them. And there's a beautiful booklet that we had printed with the stories of each winery, a little bit about the winemaker and that wine. So it's a great journey through Canada. You can totally get a mix pack of the wines from coast to coast, or you can order specific ones from those 12 that we had in the lineup. So I'll put that link here in the comments, link for Pan-Canadian if you want to check it out. And I am going to have to probably end this live and start a new one with the interview with Shay Code because it's just not connecting properly for us. So stay tuned very shortly, hopefully a little later tonight as we air that interview. And then first thing tomorrow, you're going to receive a link to be able to purchase the Code wines. Shay is somebody that made, starting a few years ago, decided to plant clone-specific Pinot Noir blocks in his vineyard. And he actually made them into wines that are clone-specific. They've been treated the same. It's the same vineyard. Everything's the same as much as they can, except the fact that they're different Pinot Noir clones. So this one is for the nerds. This one is for the people that have been wondering about clones, that want to experience for themselves what the difference between the different Pinot Noir clones is. And I'll tell you, there is a big difference. There are 4 clones on his property, and they all taste very different. So in this special clonal pack, he doesn't have a lot of them. It's like a few hundred of these packs, so they can only be sold together. You can't just get like 2 of these clones and 5 of these clones. Like there's 4 clones plus a cuvee with all 4 blended together. So that will be out tomorrow. But in the meantime, we have a great interview with him about this whole project, and also, unfortunately, taking a look at the vineyard that was devastated by the frost damage and the freeze in January this year, as well as, unfortunately, a couple weeks ago, by a fire that swept through the vineyards. So it's a must-watch interview. It's actually kind of nice that we're going to air it on its own, because it's not loading up for us in this live. So I will have to go live again, hopefully shortly here. But stay tuned for that interview. It's going to be awesome, and you won't regret tuning in for that. It's about 25 minutes long, and I should have it on here very shortly as its own separate live. So cheers, Canadian wine lovers. I hope you guys have a great Wine Wednesday. Stay tuned for that next live pop-up, hopefully very soon here with the code interview, and for the email tomorrow with the opportunity to purchase some of those wines if you'd like to. Cheers. Happy Wine Wednesday. Bye, guys.